Hello guys and welcome to my prediction for, I want to say big one, but I don't really know if that's right or fit in for this fight. So let's say fucking random one that we didn't expect, but a fight that, to be fair to it, and in this crazy world that we live in nowadays, has got everybody fucking talking and probably will end up being the biggest, or without doubt will end up being, because it's on Netflix as well. Everyone has Netflix, everyone's talking about it, everyone's gonna watch it. It's nowhere near the best fight. It's probably the least competitive fight that will be made this year, maybe ever, but it will also be, like I said, in this crazy world that we live in nowadays, the most viewed fight of this year, maybe of the last 10 or so years. You might have Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson, another Jake Paul fight from last year that closely competes with it. But in terms of numbers, this is going to be one of the most viewed fights of all time. It says it there. It's crazy. Jake versus Joshua. Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua. This is my prediction video for it, dropping today. I will just say quickly, you can probably hear already from the first minute or so of this video, I've got the flu right now. I'm losing my voice, but I had to get a video out today because I haven't got much time after this. We're only a week or so away from it now. It's Saturday when this video is dropping. This is happening on Friday the 19th on Netflix. Even though we all know what the fuck's going to happen, it's going to be easy work for Anthony Joshua when it fucking should be. If Jake did win, it would be the biggest upset of all time. But for my YouTube, for the numbers, for everybody's YouTube numbers, media and everything, this is the thing to be talking about right now to end the year in boxing. And 2025, it's been a crazy year for boxing. It's been a great year for boxing. Whether it's fitting or not that it ends with this type of fight, it is what it is. It's happening and we've got to talk about it, people. I'm not going to make this a prediction video because, as I said, anybody who knows anything about boxing in the slightest should have the same prediction for this fight. Anthony Joshua by KO within the first 2-3 rounds. If he goes in there and sticks it on Jake straight away, it should happen within the first minute or so, maybe even the first 30 seconds if he just jumped to him and blasted him out. So it's not going to be a prediction because if AJ goes in there and takes it seriously, that is my prediction. Joshua in the first round should be the first minute. I don't see, maybe if Jake got on his bike, was super slippery, fought the absolute best he could, it might go into the second round, but if it goes anywhere past 3 or 4 rounds, it's a failed night's work. It's a bad night's work for Anthony Joshua, and there will be the question marks that Jake is carrying him. Sorry, just clear my throat a bit there so you can hear my voice a bit better. But what this video is going to be about, what it's going to be titled, is could Jake Paul beat Anthony Joshua? Let's say Anthony Joshua, like, that is the question. That is the important question. Like, 99.9999999% of the time, 999 times out of 1,000, these guys fight, Anthony Joshua wins. But that 0.0001% chance, could it happen? What would have to happen for that to be the case? Would Joshua have to have his worst night ever, have got old in the last year or so? Jake Paul be pumped to the gills with fucking steroids because they probably ain't testing for this fight. Anthony Joshua gets a freak injury. Jake Paul fights the best he's ever fought, done so much training in the last few months. Like, is it possible in any universe that Jake Paul beats Anthony Joshua? And how would he do it? That is the question I'm going to ask in this video. And it is a very important question because if Jake Paul did beat Anthony Joshua, it would be the craziest, most shocking, biggest upset of all time. It's a million times bigger than Buster Douglas versus Mike Tyson. Buster Douglas was a world-class heavyweight. Tyson was having a bit of a rocky time at that stage of his career. Wasn't really training much and stuff. But name-wise, it was a big upset, but it wasn't out of this world crazy. It might have seemed it at the time, but in hindsight, it ain't. The same as Anthony Joshua versus Andy Ruiz. Andy Ruiz, fat as fuck. Anthony Joshua and Adonis, so musty, look so good. Average-eyed person will look at that and be like, yeah, massive upset. But Andy Ruiz was a world-class heavyweight. Jake Paul is not even, like, if you put him in Britain, he's not a domestic level heavyweight. People like Dave Allen would smash Jake Paul. If you go even lower than that, Tommy Fury beat Jake Paul. I know Jake Paul's got a lot better since then. If they fought again now, I think Jake Paul would smash Tommy Fury. He has done the work. He has trained hard. He has stuck at it. To be fair to him, unlike Tommy Fury, who's just fucked off and I don't even know what the fuck he's doing now. But imagine Tommy Fury versus Anthony Joshua. It just wouldn't happen. Like, there'd be absolutely, I'd say 0.001% chance for Jake because he's got that power. Tommy Fury, no chance at all. Joshua spanks him with absolute ease. And talking about the Furies quickly, it's just been announced today, and why this question has now become even more important. Can Jake Paul in any world, in any universe, stand any chance of beating Anthony Joshua? Because it's been announced today that next year, finally, it's looking like, and it's been announced, Ring Magazine have announced it, who work closely with Riyadh Season, that sources are saying Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury is happening finally after a 10-year wait for us fight fans in 2026. They're going to fight on separate cards, in separate fights, maybe on the same card, maybe on different cards, I don't know. And then if they both win, which hopefully they do, as this fight does seem to be cursed, unfortunately, they will meet in a mega fight next year, hopefully in the UK for us fight fans. But we're going to talk about that once this fight and that's out of the way. But that's what I'm saying, man. Just imagine if Jake Paul fucks that fight up now. Like, it just seems Fury versus Joshua has been close to happening so many times. Saint always fucks it up. Same with Joshua Wilder. Wilder got in there and lost to Parker. Fucked it out when they should have just fought at that time. Imagine if Jake Paul is the guy to fuck up Fury versus Joshua for us as well. He's already hated in the boxing world. He'd be hated fucking even more. But then maybe people will finally start rating him. But you'd have to rate him if you beat Anthony Joshua. It'd be absolutely crazy. So yeah, let's go on to answer that question. How could it happen? How could Jake Paul get into a boxing ring in a proper fight? Nobody taking it easy, nobody holding back, no dives happening, because this is going to be a real fight. That is what I truly do believe. Eddie Hearn said it best. Imagine Jake Paul and his manager, Nikita, or whatever his name is, coming to Eddie Hearn, coming to Anthony Joshua with a contract saying, you can't hit us in the face properly. You got to take a dive. You got to let Jake Paul last the 8 rounds, and we'll give you an extra $5 million for doing so. Anthony Joshua don't need the money. Eddie Hearn don't need the money. Anthony Joshua's a fighter still in his prime, still fighting at world level. He ain't going to take a dive. He ain't going to do it. Anthony Joshua will never need the money to take a dive in his life. Eddie Hearn has way too much pride to sign a contract and let any of his fighters do that. It's just not going to happen. So I do genuinely believe this is a fully real fight. Anthony Joshua is going to go in there and give it his best against Jake Paul, and his best should absolutely destroy Jake Paul. But what way could Jake Paul win? Because I think Anthony Joshua gets in there and tries to box like Muhammad Ali like he's never done before. He beats Jake Paul. He tries to fight like Mike Tyson like he's never done before. He beats Jake Paul. Anthony Joshua can walk Jake Paul down, outbox him, fight southpaw, fight with one arm tied behind his back, and he beats Jake Paul. The only way in this world I could see Anthony Joshua, and he is the type of guy, and that's what I was saying to my brother, talking about this fight the other day, if it was going to happen to any top class, world class heavyweight in history to take a loss to someone like Jake Paul, it would be Anthony Joshua. He just seems to be that guy that has that shit type of luck. It's not that he'd get beat up. It's not that he'd perform absolutely terrible. It's just that, you could just, I can kind of see it happening. Anthony Joshua lands a big right hand on Jake Paul. He's all cocky. He comes forward, he puts his hands down. He thinks this is only Jake Paul in front of me. Does the little poke the tongue out thing he does when he's cocky. Comes in to swing another bomb. Jake Paul out of nowhere swings that left hook right hand over the top. Catches him with a huge fucking shot. Buzzes Anthony Joshua and then just jumps on him and somehow manages to drop him, stay on top of him and hurt him. A bit like the Andy Ruiz type of thing. Because that is one thing Jake Paul does have. He does have the ability, not the ability, that was wrong, because you have to have the ability to land a shot. But if he somehow managed to land that shot, which I don't think he will, I'm just saying in a crazy world, he does have the power. We've seen it. He's got a huge right hand. We've seen him drop heavyweights in sparring. We've seen him drop nearly, I think, he might have dropped everybody he's fought, actually, if I remember correctly, because even Tommy Fury, he lost to, he dropped him. I'm pretty sure he has dropped everybody he's fought and stopped almost everyone he's fought. Did he drop Chavez Jr.? Maybe not that one, but Chavez Jr.'s got an iron fucking chin, to be fair to him. He's fucking shit now. Obviously, losing to Jake Paul, he was shit before that anyway. But he has got a solid chin, so I wouldn't expect Jake Paul to drop him anyway. But I'm not saying Anthony Joshua is chinny, but Jake Paul does have the power to hurt him. I don't know if he has the power to knock him out, but you land on the top of the head like Andy Ruiz did, you never know. And that is the only way in this universe I see that happening. Anthony Joshua drops his hands when he's hurt Jake Paul, gets a bit too cocky, he walks in onto some stupid shot. Jake Paul lands the best shot he's ever thrown in his life on top of the equilibrium, gives Anthony Joshua the Bambi legs, jumps on him, drops him. Anthony Joshua gets up and the ref waves it off to kind of be in Jake Paul's sort of favour. That's the only way I can see it happening, people. Jake Paul ain't going to outbox Anthony Joshua. He ain't going to outdrive Anthony Joshua. He ain't going to outwork Anthony Joshua. He ain't got the fitness to go with and like put the pressure on Anthony Joshua. He ain't got the toughness or the heart to take it to the trenches. Joshua can literally get in there, do as he pleases in any sort of way, in any stance, in any style, and absolutely smash Jake Paul. So yeah, there's a 0.00001% Jake Paul wins, but it's so fucking unlikely. Let me know in the comment section below though, people, because I know there's some people out there that do think Joshua's chinny, do think Joshua's finished. Yes, he might be at world level though. Anthony Joshua at 50 years old should still be able to beat a prime Jake Paul. But let me know if you're predicting Jake Paul to win. It's a massive bold claim. You might be right, you never know. If you are, put a fucking bet on it, even though the odds are fucking shit because people are expecting this could be a fix, obviously. But I think Anthony Joshua jumps in there, fucks around for a minute or so outboxing Jake Paul, lands his first big shot. Jake Paul, the realisation on his face that, fuck, this is real boxing now. I'm in there with a real heavyweight, a real hitter. Joshua's going to fucking kill me. And I think he takes a few digs, he takes a knee, maybe gets up once to try and look like he's tough. Joshua lands another bomb, drops him again, and he finds an easy way out. If Joshua lands clean though, it's knockout straight away. Either way, Anthony Joshua wins. And hopefully, we move on next year to Joshua versus the top heavyweight, Fury versus the top heavyweight. We're going to talk about who they should fight next. I'll be dropping another video about that soon, so make sure you stay tuned. And then the big one, finally, Fury Joshua next year. But can Jake Paul throw a spanner in the works and fuck it all up? He's the type of guy to do it. He loves doing shit like that. He loves causing a stir. Let's see. Friday the 19th of December. Can't believe I'm saying it. Jake Paul gets in the ring with Anthony Joshua for a real heavyweight fight. Let me know your predictions, people. Thank you for watching. JP Boxing.